Hi everyone. So you know where we left last time. So I was telling you, I was taking you as a real world example to explain the functionality of this void loop and void setup blocks. So in programming, we have to repeatedly do something, and we have to do some things only one time, especially in Arduino programming language, right? So like that, I said, okay, today is Monday, wake up, blah 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 things you have to do one time, and breathing, taking steps, talking, you have to do repeatedly. And let's assume you are a robot. That robot is programmed using Arduino, so I have to tell everything, even breathing I have to tell. Then only you can do it, otherwise you can't do it, right? Since you are a robot. If you are human, this is an unconscious, or let's say subconscious based process, but for robot we have to write each and everything that the robot should do. Okay, so I hope now you got some idea why void setup is there and why void loop is there, why there are two blocks, and what actually in application wise, what is the significance of having these two blocks. So let me say, if I having this wake up or shower inside the void loop block, repetitive block, what will happen? You will keep showering, right? In programming language, that may make sometimes sense. That may not be that much bullshit thing like keep showering forever, but sometimes if we are doing the thing that is supposed to be done only one time, if we are doing it repetitively, it's a waste of time, waste of resources, right? And waste of memory. So one time things has to be done only one time, repetitive things have to be done only repetitively. Okay, so let's take a more technical related example, and I will explain you what we are doing. Okay, so let's say okay, we are going to read temperature. Okay, we are going to read temperature from a sensor, and we are going to display the values, display the temperature value. Good. So for an example, let's say you are connecting a sensor. Let's take the board. Let's say this is a board. Let's say you are connecting a sensor to this pin, say A1 pin, and you are going to program the Arduino in a way, and you are connecting a display to some other pins. Let's say according to your need, you are having a display, small liquid crystal display. I'm sorry, I am connecting the ground display with some other pins. Okay, so this is the temperature sensor. I am marking a T. So this is giving the input data, and your board is processing it with your program. Whatever you have written the program, it is processing it, and it is giving you the showing the temperature value. Okay, you understand it? Input, processing, output, right? It's a computer, right, basically. Okay, so let's forget about that. So let's take the steps. Okay, so here, since this is a technical scenario example, right, not a real world example like waking up and going to school, bath, blah blah things, no. So what we are going to do is, let's say we have to do few things, right? What first we may tell to Arduino which pin the sensor is connected to. Why? Then only Arduino can read that pin, right? Input, take that. So let's say which pin the input is coming. Yes or no? Arduino should know, right? Because it has a lot of pin. Or let's say Arduino to start reading. Yes or no? Maybe we have to tell. Who knows? Or let's say yeah, that's enough for the moment, right? And then or let's say initiate reading. Okay, that's a good thing. Initiate reading. Okay, right. So then we should say keep reading, right? Please read the temperature values, and we should say please display the temperature value also. Okay, so display is fine, right? So what else we can tell? That's enough for the moment, right? So take these 4 steps and write it into respective blocks. Either it should be inside this block or this block. That you should be knowing from the examples we have seen up to now, right? Okay, so I will take this chance. So what I will do is, let's say you are going to tell the Arduino which is the pin the input is coming from. Okay, so it's kind of a setup. You are saying, okay, input is coming from, let's say, A0, A1 or A2 or A9, something like that. So if you tell it one time, that's enough, right? It's like telling it's Monday. You don't need to keep telling it. He will remember it, right, if you tell it one time. So this is a setup. I'm telling this is a setup. Okay, so this pin is bringing the input, so be ready to read it from that pin or read it from the pin. Okay, remember this is the pin. So this is a setup thing, right? Like telling this is Monday to you, right? So the setups, I said you already, right? Setups or one time thinking scenarios, where should we write? Inside void setup. So if you tell it one time, this is enough, right? So I will take it from here. I will write it here. So I'm writing it in English, not in any programming language, just for you to understand, right? I haven't yet started coding, right? I didn't write a single word from the Arduino programming language. I'm just writing English. This will not work, but I want you to understand. And obviously, initiate means what? Starting something, starting some process. So that thing is happening only one time. So initiate reading, that means get ready for the reading and get your ICs and whatever things ready for this and for the reading process. Okay, just start it. So this starting or initiating, like waking up, we do it one time. Okay, so let it be. And reading thing. Okay, let's say if I write the reading thing inside the void setup block, that means one time. What will happen? Arduino will read the temperature only one time and it will stop after that. Yes or no? So you will see the temperature value for the first time at the very first moment the Arduino has started. Does it make sense to you? Because you want to see the temperature value in real time, right? I come now and I have to see the temperature value. I come after 5 minutes, then I have to see the temperature value at that time, right? So it should happen continuously, right? Repetitively forever. So where should we write it? We should write it in the next block. Reading. Okay, got it. And also meanwhile reading, simultaneously it has to display the temperature value, otherwise how can the user see that? So that also has to happen forever, syncing with the reading, right? So display also forever. So if you are doing the display also inside the void setup, what will happen? It will display only one time and the rest of the values will not be displayed even if you are reading them. So reading and displaying also happening forever, right? But they have to sync. That is another thing. You will think about that later. You will see about that later, right? So now I hope you understand, at least from a kind of point of view, that there is a need for two blocks, and one is going to be running one time, and one should be running forever. Otherwise, that doesn't make sense. So you don't write anything out of this loop. So whatever the programming code you write, how many lines, no matter whatever it is, everything will be written inside the void setup and void loop blocks. Nothing outside makes sense to Arduino. Okay, so I will stop this from here. So think about some of the scenarios, real world scenarios and even technical scenarios. You can think about the usage of a phone. So which steps of this phone usage, let's say switching on a phone, okay, connecting the earphone. So which steps should be coming inside the void setup block and which steps should be coming inside the void loop block? Like that you can think of the few real world examples and try to relate it to this void setup and void loop structure in Arduino, so that when we start the lesson, actually probably in the upcoming videos, you will be able to simply figure out this part should be coming in void setup block and this section, so this part of the code should be coming in the void loop block. Okay guys, so guys, I will stop this video here. I will be catching up from the next video. Until then, have a great day ahead guys. Bye.